This is ABC 7 News, Chicago's #1 news.
By now, we all know that the clock is still ticking for President Obama and members of Congress to come to an agreement that will avoid the looming fiscal cliff. And as we've been telling you, if the White House and Republicans cannot cut a deal by New Year's Day, huge tax increases as well as deep spending cuts will automatically go into effect. Now, with all this going on in Washington, there is a lot of uncertainty when it comes to tax rates and other financial matters.
So it's, of course, making it difficult to figure out just how to position yourself financially in 2013. Cliff Morgan with his Strategic Wealth Advisory Group is back to break down what we know for sure, at least guide you in the right direction, because so much seems uncertain in Washington. But I guess big picture, we can say with good confidence, you're going to be paying more.
Taxes are going up.
No matter what.
Don't know exactly where, but with the $16 trillion deficit, it has to be paid for somehow.
All right.
And that's from all of us.
Okay. Now, just if by some miracle there was an agreement in Washington, D.C., there's still certain taxes that are going to go up regardless that are set to go up anyway.
Right. So from what they're discussing right now, everybody's looking at the capital gain rate to go up. So it's at 15% right now, and it's looking to go up to 20% or more. So though that looks like a 5% increase, it's actually a 33% differential. So people want to think through that now. If they've been holding on to something for a long period of time, that's difficult to make up that difference. So it might make sense to sell that before the end of the year, as opposed to holding it. It may. It's something you'd want to talk with your advisor about. So you want
to talk to your tax advisor or your stockbroker
before the end of the year.
Okay, about that. All right. So the next thing is that there's a new Medicare tax.
That's going to be an additional 3.8%. That's going to go on dividends and dividend-paying stocks as well. So that's just another increase that's going to be added on that. So that's another reason to talk to your broker to make sure that you've done good end-of-the-year planning.
So for people who do not have those kinds of investments, this is not like saying there's going to be an additional deduction from your pay. This new tax just applies to your investments.
If you own a business, it will be taken out of that as well. But for W-2 wage earners, no.
And if you've got kids in college, there's certain college credits that you were getting that you might not be getting going forward.
The American Opportunities Credit, which is a $2,500 tax credit, is looking to go away before year end. But there's 153 different tax strategies that you can use. 153, that's a lot.
Yeah. Name them. Just kidding. Okay.
For college. So have a conversation about that. That's a lot of savings there on that.
Okay, so that's something that you can ask the advisors at your child's school or at their college.
Yes, colleges really aren't going to want to help you with that.
So you need your own tax advisors.
You need your own tax advisors and your own financial planners to help.
On the good side, if you are putting away money for retirement into your own IRA account, you can put more money in?
You can. This year, most people can still put away $6,000 into it, and I would put it into a Roth IRA if you can, because if taxes are going higher in the future, instead of deferring into a higher tax bracket, it's better to pay in a lower tax bracket today. So make sure that you set it up now, and you just have to fund it before April 15th.
In a way, with capital gains, though, isn't it almost like encouraging people to just pull out of the markets? Because you're saying, okay, well, get it out now to avoid the tax and maybe put it into an IRA.
Well, if you look at it right now, the market's down today right now because of the amount of uncertainty, and there's a lot of concern that investors and institutional investors will be doing that before year end.
Okay, and then very quickly, one other thing I always hear that you should, if you're going to make donations, you should do them before the 31st.
You want to do it before the year end? I mean, per individual, you can do $13,000 to children and grandchildren.
To your children, right.
And a husband and wife can each do it, so that's a total of $26,000. And my biggest piece of advice, with taxes going higher next year, start your planning now and sit down with your advisor at the beginning of the year to get the maximum amount of savings in 2013, especially if the government's just going to take more and more out of your pocket.
Which they will, right?
So good planning can save you a lot. That's my encouragement.
All right, Cliff, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.